Okay, I guess we can start since now it's already 10:31. Okay, so can you pull up your worksheet online? Okay, so Jaden, you have that? Okay, so both of you already told me that you did it, so we'll just run through the answers quite quickly. Okay, so the first thing we'll talk about today is grammar MCQ. So if you have like your iPad or pen and paper beside you, let's write down the key things to take note for grammar MCQ. Okay, so I'll just type it here. So this is the grammar fundamentals. I write down. Okay. So since you were in P1 till now, right? The questions are very similar for MCQ for grammar. So the most important thing you need to know about is the subject verb agreement. Anyone knows what that is? You may have heard of it. Jaden, what do you think subject verb agreement is? Don't know? Okay, so it's whether you put singular or plural. Okay, so can you put that down? So like normally if it's like Peter is going out, right? So Peter is singular, so is. Okay, next thing you need to know is about your tense, right? So they always ask the tense question. So you might see this timeline appear. If things happen today, what tense is it in? Like things are happening now. It is in the
Present.
Yeah, present. Okay, so it's present tense. If things happened yesterday, then that is
Past.
past, right? If things happened last week, it is in the past perfect tense. Okay, so if you look at this line, imagine it's like a timeline. So things happen now is present, yesterday is past, the day before is past perfect. Okay, and then if things happen tomorrow, that is the future tense. So it's gonna happen but hasn't happened yet. So it's a future tense. I'm sure all of you learned this in school, right? It's quite common. So what word does past perfect tense always have? It will always have the word had. So like he had seen the doctor before he went to the hospital, right? So that happens a long time ago. Past tense, normally it ends with ed, right? So like cooked, jumped, all this is past tense. Present tense, normally there's an s, so like cooks, jumps, right? So this present tense. And things that happen in the future, we have the word will. So like I will do this tomorrow, right? So if you think about the timeline, past perfect always has the word had, past is ed, present has a s, and future is will. Okay, all of you know this? Yes, I'm sure your school does teach you about this. Okay, so please note this down. Yeah, I'll give you some time to write down. Okay, Jaden, okay? Yep, Tommy, okay? Okay, perfect. So now we'll dive into the next question, the first question. So maybe can we have Jaden reading the question with the answer? Then we'll see whether it's correct or not. Okay? You're on mute.
This mobile phone was given to her as a birthday present last year.
Good. Put a tick. Okay. So why is it C? What's your clues? What's the thing they're talking about?
Last year and a mobile phone.
Exactly. So like when you look at it, last year is definitely past tense, right? Mobile phone is one mobile phone. That's why you put
Singular.
Yeah, exactly. Good. So you guys know this. Okay, I assume all of you got this one correct, right? Quite basic. Okay, next one. Tommy, can you read the second question with your answer?
Okay. I would have forgotten to bring the kids if you hadn't reminded me.
Good. So the answer is we have forgotten, right? But why?
Because it is basically in the future.
Future is will, right? But you say it's would have forgotten. So if you look at this word, what does hadn't mean? Means had not, right?
Just now.
Yeah.
Now.
So had not, if you remember just now, I told you it's in the past perfect, right?
Yeah.
So if you had not forgotten, so if you hadn't remind me, then I would have forgotten, right? So this would be past tense here. So that's why the answer is would. Okay? Because would is past tense. Okay? All right. Jaden, you got this one correct, right? I assume. Okay. Can you read number 3? Jaden?
Look, the dog had been running after the poor cat, the girl exclaimed.
Okay, why?
I need to think. Oh wait,
Huh?
okay, let me
Why do you think it had been running?
because so it's
But what's the
it's
thing
part. It's
that
like
is past? But they are talking, right? So in dialogue, what tense is dialogue in? You know? Dialogue is always present tense,
Oh.
right? So it's always present. Okay, so you can note down dialogue is always present tense, don't forget. And they're talking about the dog, right? So one dog. So this is singular. So be singular and present tense, it will be is running. Okay, so just remember, okay, dialogue is always present tense. Okay, you can note down. Tommy, did you get the sound correct?
Mm.
Yeah, so don't get tricked. Okay, Tommy, can you read number 4?
He checked out at the Global Emblem Hotel early this morning.
Okay, so what kind of question is this when they give you like very similar words? You know what this kind of question is called? It's called phrasal verbs, right? You definitely see this in exam, always got one question, the MCQ, right? Okay, what does it mean to check in? Like, I'm going to check in now, see you later, means what? Anyone knows?
Check in means you basically go into a hotel, right?
Yeah, so you like register and then you go in. So you go into a hotel. What other things do you check in? When you go overseas, what do you take?
Passport.
You take your passport to go overseas, right? So you check into the airline. So you can check into the hotel, the airline. So basically you're signing up, okay? What about checkout? Checkout time is 5 p.m. Means what?
That means we basically get out of the airport. Let's say the hotel.
So
we
it's
check out of the hotel.
correct. So you need to leave by a certain timing, right? So you need to check out of a place, okay? Check off. Check off, like, you know, when you have a list, right? You check off the things that you want to do. So you just tick it off, that's check off. Check over. So the soldier was wounded, so the doctor checked over his vitals.
So most likely it's B.
So check over means to check, basically, okay? So the answer is either A or B, right? So normally you say you check in at a place. So can you highlight the clue, which is at? Okay. So at tells you it's you check in at a place. You check out, normally the word goes with off, right? So check out of the hotel. So since the word here is at, the answer must be A. Hello, someone just joined us. Okay, so everyone got this okay? So Tommy, Jaden, did you get this correct or no?
I got it correct.
Good. Jaden, what about you? Wait. Okay, number 5. So can we have whose turn is it? Jaden reading? You're mute.
You and
Continue.
me both enjoy playing the guitar as a leisure activity.
Okay, leisure activity. Why is it? Why do you choose I?
Cause like if you like cancel out the U and like the both, then it will just like be I enjoy playing the guitar as a leisure activity, which is primarily correct.
Yeah, very good. So this is called, you can write down if you want, this is called the selfish rule, right? So who do selfish people care about? They only care about themselves, right? So like what Jaden said, you just cancel out the you. You cancel out the you and then you read. So I enjoy or me enjoy. So obviously it's I, right? So that's why the answer is C. Okay. Okay, so this is the answer key for the first 5 questions. Can you let me know your score in the chat box? You have a chat box, right? You can write your score here. So whatever upon 5, then we'll see. Jaden, Tommy, you got all correct or?
4 to 3.
4 and 3. Okay, so I hope you understand why the answers are as such now. Okay, next one we'll go to vocabulary. So vocabulary, does your teacher teach you any method when it comes to vocabulary, or you just guess the answer? Most likely your teacher would have taught you this method called elimination, right? It's where you cancel out the answer that cannot be, then you narrow down. Okay, so let's look at the passage here. Okay, so first sentence, can we have Jaden reading? Acting on camera.
Acting on camera was the most
Unnerving.
unnerving experience. Wait, do you just want me to read everything?
Yeah, just read everything, they tell me answer
Okay.
later. Okay.
Acting on camera was the most unnerving experience I have ever been though. I was only 7 years old then, but I still recall each minute detail of the experience. My mother had volunteered me as a child actor in a short film, thinking that it would boost my confidence.
Okay, great. So the first one is unnerving, right? So what does
Unsettling.
unsettling? Okay, yeah. Why do you choose unsettling?
I'm just thinking of another word for unnerving.
Okay, so if you look at the options, right, Tommy also, which one you think cannot be the answer? Definitely no.
Alarming and bewildering.
Okay, so you put a cross here, right? So definitely cannot be alarming, because alarming is like there's a fire, it's very alarming, right? It's not this kind of thing. Okay, oops. Okay, so alarming, definitely no. Bewildering is surprise and puzzlement. So you're like, oh, what's happening? So that's not what's happening here, right? So it's either unsettling or disheartening. If you notice unnerving, there's a prefix. Can you also note that it's un? So it's un, right? So nerving, if you're not sure what it means, like nervousness. So you're very nervous because of this incident. Similar meaning to unsettling. Okay. Disheartening means like you tried, but then you failed. So you're very like disappointed. That's the meaning. Okay. Jaden is correct. The answer is unsettling. So it's B. Okay. Tommy, what do you put for the second one? Minute detail. Timely. Okay. Yeah, so minute is like minute and second and hour clock, right? So here, if you look at the clue, you recall every minute detail of the experience. So can it be every, recall each timely detail of the experience, tiny, detailed, or vivid? Which one cannot be the answer for sure?
Most likely it's vivid. I think it's vivid.
Okay, so vivid is like you can remember very clearly.
Yeah.
Right, so remember the thing very clearly. Okay. Detailed means you remember it in detail, but it cannot be. Cannot be recall each detail of the experience, right? So this one's definitely out. Timely, not really, because recall each timely detail, it doesn't really make sense. Tiny means you remember everything that happened. Okay, so now knowing this, which options would you guys choose? So it will be B, tiny. Okay, so minute means very tiny, you remember everything in detail. All right. Okay, then the third one, Jaden, what do you put for boost my confidence?
Enhance.
Enhance. Yeah, so it's to make your confidence increase. So it is enhance. That's correct.